Hi friends, this is Mangalaprathaban talking to you about the importance of working on one's academic vocabulary before appearing for IELTS academic writing module. Majority of us who prepare for IELTS academic module have to really understand it is slightly tougher than the general training module. So what should we do in order to make ourselves better equipped to score above band 7, for which you need to really have a time frame bound coaching, and you need to really accomplish your micro tasks because you are going to really work on each of your micro areas, especially working on vocabulary, working on usage, working on collocations, working on pronunciation, working on your rhythm. And uh, in addition to all of these, you need to also work on your discourse markers and connectives, etc. So these are very important areas that you have to keep working on a day-to-day basis. When you start working on each of these areas, you need to get guidance and counseling of trainers. Strategic training is going to really help you because it is going to be based on tasks, because every task has to be actualized with specific inputs of the trainer. The trainer has to see what sort of skill building is essential for the learners to achieve it. So every trainee has to be uh, given some kind of customized learning material. So that's the important goal that I have as a trainer when I train my students online. That's why I tell all of my trainees that I customize almost every step in the training process. So I don't take much numbers. Instead, what I do, I try to sit with 5 or 6 of my trainees and tell them what they have to do in order to really learn things better. That is one of the reasons why I always say skill mapping is a very essential step that one has to do when one tries to venture into training process. All of your trainees or participants in a training program can be really diagnosed. So there should be a diagnostic assessment. The diagnostic assessment ought to be always accompanied with some kind of a mapping of skills on a day-to-day basis, and there has to be task achievement. So the task completion of the participants are to be monitored very carefully, because every step in this direction towards skill building has to be captured, analyzed, understood, and if there is any constructive feedback that we can provide, we should be ready to provide it to them. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to reach out to those people. That's one of the reasons why I always ask my students to consider thinking about doing individualized you know introspection on learning and getting counseling from the right trainer. In other words, someone who gives some sort of a learning counseling, because trainer is a learning counselor. So when you get trained on various micro skills or micro areas of learning, it's going to be very useful if you're going to really list out each of these micro areas and keep working towards achieving the best. But there are occasions wherein you would find difficult to revitalize or rather reorient yourself to achieve the best. For example, I've seen students who write the academic writing task 1 tend to memorize certain phrases. So it's quite not so easy for them to come up with their own phrases, but that is certainly a difficulty they face. Instead, I would always say you can think about categorizing various topics, for example, line graphs or bar charts or pie charts or flow charts or diagrams or route maps or even tables of statistics, etc., which you need to analyze and look at some of the typical idioms and phrases, or rather even expressions that they try to use in general, and list them out and see how they use it, why they use it. So that is one of those techniques that I would suggest them to do. Another technique that I would always say is take one sample um, practice paper available with answer, which is a very good answer. What you could do is you can try to rewrite it in 10 different ways and see whether you could process the same ideas on your own. So you learn to process it. So how do you process it? Unless you get guidance. That's why we say process writing is an important training strategy while we train the candidates for IELTS academic writing, either task 1 or task 2. So maybe we can think about listing certain C1 vocab or C2 vocab and give them some orientation to check the dictionary or the thesaurus and find exact equivalents. But remember, unless they know how to use it, if they don't have any idea of how to use it precisely, then it's going to be really very difficult for the trainer to actualize the inputs. So the learning inputs ought to be practiced on a day-to-day basis to make it a grand success. And I'm sure those of you who watch this video, if you need any inputs on improving your academic writing or academic reading or listening or speaking, etc., you're free to visit us. We are there to support you. We are the process of supporting you wherever you are, because our online program will reach you at your doorstep wherever you are. Once you get connected, you are going to get customized learning inputs from me. So wish you all success. Have a great day. Please call me up if you have time. Call me at 9600954822. Those of you who are from other countries, please add +91, then dial 9600954822. You can also visit me at www.mangalaprathaban.com. That is MANGALAPRATHABAN.com. Wish you all success. Have a great day.